Today was Maine Agriculture Day at the State House.
It gave farmers and those involved in the industry a chance to chat with lawmakers and one another. Keenan Mills has more from Augusta.
All good policy starts with conversation and dialogue and making sure that people have a way to talk about things that are important to them.
Several agricultural businesses from around the state filled the Hall of Flags on Wednesday. Like many around the globe, Maine has deemed 2026 the year of the woman farmer. While it's a great chance to celebrate, Commissioner of the Maine Department of Agriculture, Conservation and Forestry, Amanda Beal, says it's also an opportunity to address certain issues women farmers are facing.
Challenges like access to credit and other types of technical assistance that they might have a harder time accessing than other folks in agriculture.
One woman being recognized on Wednesday.
The chair is very pleased to recognize in the rear of the chamber Emily Smith, Zach Smith, and Lane Carmichael.
Honored in both the House and Senate is the Maine Farmers Coalition's first ever Maine Farmer of the Year, Emily Smith.
With great opportunity comes great responsibility. And so we want to take that responsibility very seriously with our integrity and our pride and loyalty to family and our state and community to better agriculture.
She's a sixth-generation Aroostook County farmer and the current president of Smith's Farms in Presque Isle.
Sometimes farmers go unrecognized or maybe don't have the presence, but there aren't very many of us anymore, and so it's hard to see our faces and it's hard to get here when we have boots on the ground.
Advocates also urged the passage of a bill looking to keep Maine farming strong, a $50 million bond that goes right back into farms.
Maine must invest in feeding people. That's exactly what Maine farms do. Farming isn't easy, it's expensive, and it's increasing each year.
That bill is awaiting a work session for further discussion. Keenan Mills, WABI News, Augusta.